Welcome to the Podium Life podcast, where we discuss how to live a podium life. I am your host and favorite Olympian, Michelle Carter, aka Shot Diva. Let's get into this episode. All right, well, welcome back to the Podium Life podcast. I am your host, Michelle Carter, and your favorite Olympian, and I am so excited to be back with you all this week. This week was actually really tiring. Since the last time I recorded, it was definitely an emotional weekend. I released the first episode of the Podium Life podcast of this season on my brother's birthday, who passed away this past summer. So that was an emotional weekend. So I recorded it a day before, released it on that Friday. We went out to eat with my parents, my sister, and a good childhood friend of ours that was like a brother to us and a brother to my brother. And we just spent time together and just enjoyed each other and reminisced and had really good memories. But I was a little emotionally drained over the weekend. So it was actually one of the weekends that I've had in a very long time where I did not have to wake up early on a Saturday and Sunday morning. So I just relaxed and enjoyed my lazy yet rejuvenating yet recovering weekend. And that's okay. I struggle sometimes with just being still because I feel like I should always be doing something. Like, I am a go-getter. I am ambitious. There's things I want to do. There's things that has to be done. But sometimes rest is just as important as work. And I learned that as an athlete, because being a high level athlete as she is and has been and will always be in her heart, um, you have to take recovery days. Just Recovery days are just as important as the first day of practice or the last practice before a track meet. You want to recover so that your muscles react the way you want them to react. Just like in life, you have to relax and recover in life so you can react to life the way you want to react. Because, y'all, how do we act when we're hungry? Some of us get very hangry. We have an attitude. Sometimes you don't think right. You feel faint. You're not all the way yourself when you're hungry. You're not all the way yourself when you haven't gotten or you haven't received the proper rest or gave yourself the proper rest that you need. I've learned that I need 8 hours of sleep, like minimum. I need 8 hours of sleep, preferably 10. But that always doesn't leave me productive. But you need to know yourself, and taking care of yourself is so important. As part of the Podium Life, here at the Podium Life podcast, we talk about how to live one step above the rest to be your very best. So, just a quick reminder, y'all, I had a weekend of rest, and I want to encourage you to rest. Go to bed, get you some sleep. Hey, go in and eat on time. Don't wait and push your meal to another 3 hours until you're just eating and chopping off everybody's head or eating everything because you're not yourself. Oh, y'all remember those commercials back in the day? Hey, you're not yourself. Grab a Snickers. Just remember this in life. When you're not properly taking care of yourself, guess what? You are not yourself. I need you to go grab a nap. I need you to go grab the bed. I need you to go grab some food. Actually, go get in the tub and relax. Take a shower. But anyways, y'all, so that was my weekend. I told you all last time that I am in cosmetology school, which I am absolutely loving it. And I had my clients this week, which has been very exciting. And I have a client tomorrow. What I'm recording this on the day I'm supposed to release this. Okay, so yeah, let's go back again. So today, I thought I had my recording studio time, but how they have us book this thing, I'm not going to talk about the place and space because it's free, but how they have the booking system for this just doesn't make sense to me, and which allows a lot of space for it to be unused. And I know today is not being used, but because of how they book it, you can't book it because since it wasn't booked, it just sits empty. So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. I was supposed to record this podcast a little while back, but I'm also recording another podcast with a friend of mine, and those sessions went over. So I thought I had today to record at the studio, but I didn't. And I said, well, I just won't record one this week. I'll wait till next week. But as I was laying on my couch, this word came up to me and it said, Michelle, get up and go do it now. And I got up and I pressed record and I set up all the things in my old space where I used to be. And I pressed record because life is moving and life is changing for me. I didn't know where I was going to be anytime soon because God is doing some things in your girl's life, y'all. He is doing some things. So I don't know what next week holds. You know what? I don't even know what tomorrow holds. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, but I do know that life is good and things are changing and I'm excited. But I wanted to record my podcast in a place that was always going to stay the same because you're supposed to be in the studio that stays the same. That's what everybody do on the show. But sometimes life just lives. And you can't get what you want when you want it, how you want it. Because if I waited till when I got what I wanted, when I wanted, how I wanted, I'll never do anything I'm supposed to do. And I'm there. I've been so picky over the years about everything that I've delayed so many things. And that delay and not keeping up to my word to myself has damaged my confidence in many different areas in my life. Like, do you know that you can ruin your own confidence? Yeah, you can. Because the main person that hears everything that you say is you. So when you start telling yourself, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the gym so I can be fine," but then you don't go to the gym to get fine, then guess what? Your body knows that. Oh, we lie to ourselves. Oh, we don't keep our word. You keep your word to everybody else, but you don't keep your word to yourself. So therefore, I don't trust you. I can't believe that you're going to do what you said you was going to do. The next thing you know, you stop doing things for yourself because you don't show up for yourself. Why? Because you don't trust yourself. And yeah, I've been up and down that road 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 too many times. And today, in order to break that cycle, in order to do something different, I had to get up and press record. And what y'all get is what y'all gonna get. Okay? But I want to give you all a quote of the day. The quote of the day is confidence comes confidence comes not from always being right, but from not fearing to be wrong by Peter McIntyre. Confidence comes from not always being right, but from not fearing to be wrong. A lot of us, if you're like me, you want to get it right the first time. That's me. Like, even right now in cosmetology school, there are some new skills that I'm learning, but I want to get it right now. I need my finger waves to be perfect today when I first do it. I want that curl to be just right. Why? Because that's what I want. I need it to be done right now. I don't want to be bad at it. I don't want to be wrong at it. I don't want to fail at it. I want to be able to get it the minute you show me I got it. Like, that's the kind of person in real life, I'm low key am kind of that person. There's a lot of things I can just do this straight up from the first time. Um, but then there's some things I have to work on, like my blow dry, my blow like a blowout. I have to work on that. On my mannequin, she's perfect. She's perfect because she's short. She got short hair. I can get that blowout just right. On a real person, I haven't quite gotten it the way that I would like it, even though they're not bad. They're actually really good. Um, but I also learned that my blow dryer sucks. And I do need to get a better blow dryer, but I want it to be right now. And sometimes confidence doesn't come because I got it right today. Confidence is like, okay, I didn't get it right now, but it's going to come because I wasn't scared to mess up and not get it right the first time because I tried it. Kind of like how I got involved in sports in the first place. I tried it. Was I the best day one? No, I was horrible, and I had to work on it. Um, sometimes, I guess, in relationships, sometimes we're scared to get into relationships because I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to get it wrong. People don't want to get married because they're like, I don't know if I'm going to mess it up. And then they just live their whole life fearing something. When in actuality, a lot of things we are growing into along the way. A lot of things we gain confidence along the way. In relationships with people, you gain confidence and trust along the way. The more time you spend with that person, the the more you get to watch that person, they get to watch you. You evolve into something. But if we never take the first step to just do it, then we're only playing ourselves. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be stagnant, and then we're going to be mad and confused and depressed because what did I do in my life and with my time? All because we were scared to get it wrong. We allowed fear to take control of our lives when it has to be the other way around. Fear won't ever be 100% gone. But you want to be able to do it in spite of fear. You want to do it in spite of your insecurities. You want to do it in spite of whatever that narrative is in your head. You want to be able to do what you want to do, how you need to do it, regardless what's in your head. Do it anyways. Just do it. Because y'all, confidence isn't built. I'm sorry, confidence isn't born, it's built. You just don't just come out and just have all this confidence all of a sudden, and then it's slowly picked away. But that does happen. We'll get into that a little later. But over time, you try things. When you're a baby, you start to crawl and you start to figure out things. And you get a little bit more adventurous. And then when you first start to walk, you start to stand, and then it's scary at first, and then you falling over. But the more you try, now I'm ready to take my first steps. And sometimes for those babies, those first steps are horrifying because they're scared that they're going to fall. But then once they take their first step, they may fall, they may cry, but then guess what? They get back up. And then they do it again. And then they do it again. And then they do it again. And then you start to see the confidence of them being willing to step out and take that first step without holding their mom's hand or without holding on to something. They're ready to take that step, and they get confidence along the way. Confidence is built. Because this week, that's what we want to talk about. I want to talk about confidence. That we have to grow our confidence. It's not given to us. And then we have to stop waiting to feel ready, and we have to start walking into things as if it's already ours, as if we already belong. And y'all, I believe that this episode is mainly more for me than it is going to be for you, because in this transition I've been going through in my life since I retired from sports, my confidence has been wrecked. Like, who am I, Michelle? Girl, what is going on? And then within that, I retired. First of all, COVID happened. Wait, before COVID, I actually got married. So I won a medal. I got married. I got divorced. COVID happened. I retired. Had some surgeries. And then I'm like, oh, what do I do? What do I like to do? Now that I don't have these restraints, what do I actually like? Like, do I like doing this, or do I do this because that's the only choice I had because of the restraints I had for what I did for a living? And y'all, when I realized that the whole world had opened up to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of like unrestricted right now, and I don't know what to do. And because I didn't have a go-to thing that I know that worked for me, my confidence was shot. Why? Because I know if I go here and do this, I can make this happen. If I go to the weight room and do this, I can get my body to respond the way I want it to. I know around this time of year, I do this and I get ready for this, and then this is going to happen. And then I make this move and I do this and I do that. And then I get out here in the world of entrepreneurship. And the rules are different for everybody. Everybody. what works for them don't quite work for you, don't work for them, don't work for him, she, and they. You have to really find your own lane. And I questioned if I'm even built for this. And then y'all had the nerve to try to go get a 9 to 5, but nobody wants to hire me because I have no experience nowhere. But then a lot of other jobs, I am overqualified and they know I'm not going to stay there long. And so I am sitting here thinking, what do I do? What do I want to do? And you could just see how I kind of felt about myself on the outside. I didn't look like my normal self. It took a toll on me. I'm not gonna lie. It took a toll on me. And then right when I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel like Shot Diva again. She back. Michelle is back. And then another life tragedy happens. And I'm like, oh. And I shrink back down again. But then now I realized all of those moments that I experienced in my life, they weren't moments to shut me down. They were really moments to rebuild me up in a different way, to be prepared for this life that's coming. Now, do I know what's coming? No, I have no idea. I feel like I am on a ride and I'm like, oh, where are we going? And the driver keeps telling me, just ride. And I'm like, but we have to be going somewhere. Like, can you give me some type of direction? Like, where is this going? Where are we ending? Like, what's happening? Hey, just relax and ride. And my faith has to be one of such that I know wherever I'm going that I belong and I'm supposed to be here. So I have to act according. so, so yeah, it's weird, but I actually do feel more confident because when you're walking into a room and you're not sure what's going on or what to do, but you just show up 100% authentically yourself, and then you are able to just kind of roll with the dice that you're given, it does build a little bit of different confidence in you because it's like, okay, no matter what comes on way, I'm ready. Okay, I don't know why I have to be in this room at this particular event at this time, but since I'm here, let me make the best of it. Let me roll my dice and let's go. And that's what I'm doing. Um, and it's been a it's been um just like if I think about my first Olympic trials and how nervous I was. I don't care how many people tell you their Olympic experience and what they did. Your first one, you're going to always feel those Olympic nerves because now the whole world is looking at you. And you have to really, really, really have some strong people around you. And your mental game has to be so strong that you can really block yourself out of yourself and only focus on the task at hand. And I did the best that I could. But I remember just feeling like, oh, am I supposed to be here? Okay, I am supposed to be here. I'm the best in America. I'm what America has at the moment. But I'm like, oh, but these people have done this before. They know what to do here. But then over time, I realized, y'all, the Olympics is just another track meet with just a different title. The same people I throw against at the at the Olympic Games are the same people I threw against the year before at World Championships. And I'm going to see them at this next track meet I'm going to go to after the Olympic Games. Once I made it that simple in my mind, 2012, 2016 was a breeze. Now, the pressure of the media around the Olympics is different now. That what makes the Olympics. But I knew that this track meet wasn't any different than any other track meet I've been to. It's the same ring, same size, the one I have at practice. My shot put is the shot put that I always have. All the shot puts in this competition is 8.8 pounds, 4 kilos. That doesn't change. So I have to make the best of the situation because everything that I need is the same. The people in the crowd are different. The officials are different. Some of the competitors are different. But guess who's the same too? The girl who walks in the ring, and that's me. So over time, I just had to walk into that ring all of who I am, knowing that I have prepared for this moment and just go out there and do my best. Like even in business, business as an entrepreneur is scary. It is scary. Why? Because I have to depend on strangers to pay me to make money. Complete strangers. And I want you to come back and I want you to enjoy it. I want you to go tell your friends who are other strangers to come back and see me and buy something and spend time with me, engage with me. And I thought it would be easier because I'm like, oh, I got plenty of family and friends. But your family and friends, a lot of times, don't support you the way that you might need it. Unfortunately, they're not. A lot of your friends and family want it for the low or for the free. Um, and let's be honest. Some friends and family don't want you to do that well, so they're not going to say anything. They're not going to repost anything. They're not going to tell their other friends, but they want to show up for the celebrations and for the good times and say they was there, but they're not doing the things to help you be better, to help you grow, and it's hurtful. But you have to go out there and do it anyways, and look stupid, and look and feel like you failed. Because there are times when I'm promoting my lip glosses or I'm talking about the things that I'm doing, I feel stupid. I feel lame. I feel like maybe this isn't a good idea. And then I say, I'm going to show up anyways because somebody's going to like it. If I like it, somebody else is going to like it too. And let me just see if I don't, how would I ever get the feedback to learn what I need to do if I never put it out there, if I never put myself out there. And so I had to really step outside of myself and my feelings to get to where I am today. Am I all the way where I want to be? No, but I'm getting there. There's just some things that I just am still working out schedule wise to really sit down and do the content and get marketing together because y'all, marketing is a whole job. Social media is a whole job. And now everything is around social media. And I got to get back comfortable recording everything again and taking pictures and thinking about what I want the end result to be. It's been a while since I've really done that to the extent, but I realize that it's necessary. And so that's about the only thing that's like holding me back. Because when I get done with all the things that I have to do throughout the day, I'm tired. I'm tired, okay? And sometimes I just want to go to sleep and I just want to watch TV and eat my food and go to bed. And I have to stop doing that because I have things I have to do. But that also takes a better planning of my life on my end that I'm working on. Okay, so I want to give you a confidence building framework because I want you to think about, like, okay, those times where you are not feeling the most confident, how can you build your confidence back up? And I want you to think about things that you have already done in your life where you have accomplished things or accomplished a goal or finished a project or finished something that you want to do. I want you to reflect on those moments. So, number one, we're going to go to reflect. What challenge have you overcome? What challenge did you overcome? Number two, we're going to reframe. What strength did that movement reveal? Reframe. What strength did that movement reveal? Meaning that challenge that you had. What did you see in yourself that you may not have noticed before? And number three, we're going to reinforce. How can you use that story to build yourself up? How can you, we're going to reinforce. How can you use the story of the challenge that you overcame to build yourself up? So I'm going to go to an obvious one that you all heard me talk about time and time again, is winning the gold medal. Now, the challenge for me really wasn't so much of winning the gold medal. The gold medal was the result of the challenge I had before I won the gold medal. Um, 3 months before the Olympic trials, I ended up getting hurt. I had a herniated disc in my back. I could not walk. Your girl was struggling to put her socks and shoes on and to use the bathroom. Life was hard. And in that moment, for me, the challenge was, do I give up or do I keep going? Because the pain is so great. I am in tears just waking up in the morning trying to get out the bed. Pain excruciating. But I had a goal. Was this injury part of my goal? No, it was not. But here I am. I had every reason to quit. I have every reason to give up, but I decided to keep going. And over time, each day when I got up, I'm like, okay, Michelle, just one more day. Let's do it again. One more day. Let's do it again. Michelle, you can't do this. Michelle, you got this. And next thing you know, I'm at the Olympic trials. I haven't competed in months. People are talking about me. The rumors are out there. And everybody is looking at me the minute I touch down at the Olympic trials. And I get ready for the competition. Now, this is going to be the first time I have pushed my body 100% since my injuries. I have been like reserving myself and not pushing myself to the limit just simply because my body was still recovering. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do because I wasn't sure exactly where my body was. But we wanted to save me pushing myself for the moment what mattered. At practice at that moment, it didn't matter me pushing myself that hard at practice. But when it was time for the competition, I knew how to compete. And I was like, I'll push myself then and we'll see what happens. And I remember getting in that ring and throwing and being in 5th place and throwing, being in 3rd place and then throwing, being in 2nd place. And here we are on the last throw at the Olympic trials. I know I made the team, but y'all know how I am. Like, if I could just get a little bit more at the end, I'm going for it. And I went for it on my last throw at the Olympic trials, and I won the 2016 Olympic trials and made the 2016 Olympic team, where I ended up winning my gold medal and setting an American record. But the challenge for me that I overcame is that I didn't let that pain in the moment keep me away from my goal. So as I reflect, I became more resilient. That pain was great, but I showed up anyways. I got back up. I did not quit. I kept showing up. And I had to reframe, meaning what did that strength in that moment reveal? That I had what it takes to go past where I'm uncomfortable. Because a lot of times when we get uncomfortable, when we're uneasy, we quit. But I remember in that moment that I actually, even though that was a hard time, I actually have the strength to do hard things. And then reinforce. How can I use this story to build myself up? Michelle, when times get hard, remember what you did to make the Olympic team? You know how to get through hard things. You know how to move with pain. You know how to move when people are talking about you and they don't know what's going on with you and there's rumors about you and people are telling you, oh no, you're probably not going to be able to do it. You know how to move in spite of what others think. So I want to ask you, what moment made you stronger than you thought you were? What moment made you stronger than you thought you were? And then my second question, I want to ask you, and I want you to take time to reflect and think about it. What lie did you let go of to become the version of you today? What lie did you let go of to become the version of you today? And y'all, you know, the older I get, the more emotional I get, and I can't stand it. But that's a new version of me, and that's okay. Um, Because like reading that last question out loud for me reminded me of all the lies I believed for so long about myself. And even though I did great things in my life, I'm like, I probably could have been greater if I didn't believe the lies. So it's so important that you think about the lies that you hold on to. And a lot of your lies lie within your negative talk. Michelle, you're not good enough. Michelle, they may not like you because of how you look. They may not like you because you're too black. You know what? You may not get that marketing deal because you don't fit the ideal size. You're plus size. They don't want a plus size person. Well, you know what, Michelle? Your hair's a little nappy now that you're natural. They're not going to want you. All of the lies. And if I didn't believe the lies about myself, I probably would have went for more things that I did. But I allowed that little voice in my head to become too loud, to hold myself back and only go for things that I knew for sure I would get. I didn't take the risk. And so I let go of the lies that I am not good enough. I am more than good enough. I just may not be what they want. And that's okay. It doesn't mean I'm less valuable. I'm just not your cup of tea. I love using the tea analogy because there's chamomile, there's lavender, there's oolong tea, there's a raspberry tea, and some people like particular teas, but everybody don't like all the teas because some teas are straight up nasty. Like I drink oolong tea only because of the health benefits. Do I like it? No. It's disgusting. But I drink it because I know what it can do for my body. And some people may only take a sip from you because they know that you're actually good for them, because you're a good person, you're a good friend. But it may not always feel good to them and taste the best all the time. And sometimes you pick up on those vibes when people want to be around you, but then they're like, they still kind of rub me the wrong way. People are weird. It doesn't matter. But anyways, my analogy, tea, you're not everybody's cup of tea. You're just not. You're not going to be. Does that make your tea less valuable? No, you still a good tea, a high dollar tea. And those who like your tea will be willing to spend the time, the money, the energy on what you have to offer. And a lot of times we chase things that don't value us because we lack the value in ourselves. And we only put value in ourselves in those who value us, when we need to put value in ourselves and then allow others to just enjoy the value that we bring, the value that we have, and allow those who see that value partake in our tea, meaning in my atmosphere, in my friend circle, or in some type of relationship, or even just in my presence. You're welcome, right? For some of you, you're welcome to be in my presence. But so the lie that I let go is that I am worthy, I am worth it, I am valuable. I was hoping we had a podium moment that somebody else recorded, but we don't. So I want to come back and remind you all that I would love to hear podium moments that you've had in your life. Moments where you had a small win or a big win that helped you accomplish something that you was after. I don't care how big or how small it is. I need your podium moments. So let me know what your podium moments are. You can email me at info@shadiva.com or tag me on social media, slide me a video in the DMs or something, or a message. It could be written or it could be a video. I'll play the video out loud or I will read what you have written. Either one is good. It's fine by me. So as we wrap this last little session that I want to have with you, is let's have a mindset minute. And in our mindset minute, I am going to talk about the affirmation of the week. I want you to take this affirmation with you all week long. Say it every single day, that you can have it somewhere in your house to remind you of this affirmation. So you ready? The affirmation of the week is: confidence isn't the absence of doubt. It is a decision to show up anyways. Confidence isn't the absence of doubt. It's the decision to show up anyways. Y'all, my example of that is that I showed up today. I doubted that I should do this interview, this podcast today, because I'm tired. If y'all can tell during this whole podcast, I'm trying not to nitpick myself, because the more I nitpick in my head, the more I mess up. I'm like, oh, you're using the words. You done said so too much. You done said like too much. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm not going to lie. And with me and how my ADHD and dyslexia is set up, when I get tired, this mind don't work as sharp. My words don't come out right. I'm going to switch and mess things up. So for me, I don't sound as smart. But I doubted that I should do this today. I doubted myself, but I chose to show up anyways. I decided to show up anyways. And here we are today. I want to remind you all, it's a few things as we close out this podcast together. The pathway to greatness is my candle line of all 4 candles from Steady Glow Candles, and the candle of the day will be decision, because we had to make a choice. We had to decide what we were going to do today, and we decided to do the podcast. So go ahead and check it out at the Shot Diva store and grab your decision candle today, because you made a decision to listen to this podcast, and I appreciate you. I am going to get this. Let me go ahead and get a promo code. Let me see. What do I want the promo code to be? We're going to say Podium. Type in Podium, and you will get 20% off of the decision candle. And if you buy all 4, it's going to be one or the other. The decision candle or the full set, the pathway to greatness. So you all let me know if you already picked up your candle. I can't wait for you all to smell them. They smell amazing. So, hey, as you go and record your confidence story today, let me know about your podium moments. Make sure you hashtag the Podium Life. Anything regarding to the podcast that you want to share or bring to my attention, just make sure you hashtag the Podium Life. And I want to make sure that you are subscribing to the channel. We have the YouTube version. I have it on iTunes, Google, all the good platforms where you normally will find your podcast. So make sure you subscribe, and I will talk to you all soon. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for listening to the Podium Life podcast. I hope this episode adds value to your journey of building your podium life. Make sure you subscribe to not miss a single episode and leave us a review. Make sure to go to thepodiumlifepodcast.com to keep the conversation going. Until next time.